Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to another CWG weekly webinar where we look at analyzing the markets and any updates on any CWG company information. Now, before we continue, please be aware that any opinion, news, research, prices, analysis, or information discussed in this webinar or linked to this presentation is provided as general market commentary and does not constitute as investment advice. If you're looking for investment advice, then please make sure you contact a regulated financial advisor. Now, for those of you who haven't met me, my name is Dumelo and I am a senior market analyst at CWG Markets, and I'll be taking you through today's webinar as well. Now, be sure to subscribe to the channel on Telegram to get access to daily tips and analysis to help you with your trading journey as well. So scan the screenshot or use a link to subscribe to CWG Markets Telegram channel as well. Now, those of you trading with CWG Markets or those of you who are interested in trading with CWG Markets does present a 100% deposit bonus where you can enjoy a deposit bonus of 100% up to $1,000 on every deposit that you make into your trading account, up to $1,000, so that you can double your trading power, double your equity, and use this to grow your account in the most efficient way possible. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at how the market is setting up midweek, see what opportunities and what key levels that the market is currently sitting at the current moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my MetaTrader 5, and what we're going to have a look at here on MT5 is what are the daily biggest movers and losses for the day to see how the market is shaping up today. So first, we'll start with currencies, which is FX, and we'll start looking at the biggest gainers for the day. We can see we've got big moves on gold as well as WTI crude oil, and we can see here NZD CHF, one of the currency pairs with the biggest gains for the day. Now, if we look at biggest losses, we've got GBP and Euro. Looking at some of the biggest losses for today, got GBP JPY as well, which we'll take a look at on the chart. Switching over, we'll go to our stock indices, where we can see biggest gains. We've got the Hang Seng as well as the FRA 40 with some of the biggest gains of the day, and losses, not that big of a loss. You can see prices firming at entry here on the ESP 35 and US 30 Dow Jones. Okay, so not that major of a move from the downside of things. Then if we switch over to cryptocurrencies and we look at our biggest gainers for the day, we've got Axie Infinity up around 15% today. And then we've got XTZ, which is Tezos USD, as well as if we switch over to the bottom here, we've got ZEC, which is Zcash as well, with some of the one of the biggest gainers of the day, as well as if I have a look at ADA, which is Cardano as well. Now, if we switch over to the biggest losses, we've got Ethereum versus Bitcoin, and then we've got Binance Coin as well. But other than that, that's what we have on the cryptocurrencies side of things. So what we'll do now is we'll switch over to the charts so we can have a look at which key levels are setting up for the week. So starting with gold, XAU, USD, we can see gold is continuing its bullish move this week, with price now breaking above the 4,800 psychological level and now opening up doors for the 4,900 psychological resistance level as well, with strong bullish momentum. And again, the next psychological resistance above the 4,900 is the obvious 5,000 key psychological resistance level. So gold doing what it's doing is just continuing this upward trend as well. But again, what we need to keep an eye out for, since price is creating new higher highs and higher lows, and since price is already creating higher highs, okay, this opens up doors for price to test the 4,900 level, but we could also see a slight pullback in this trend, with price pulling back to the 4,800 level, which is now a psychological support level, or even a deeper pullback into the 4,700 before continuing this uptrend. But again, on the lower time frames, you can still look for opportunities eyeing the 4,900 resistance. Now, moving over, we've got switching to the next currency pair, which is we've got WTI crude oil, which is US oil. So if we have a look at US oil over here, so switch over the mic here. So right, so US oil, price is still coming down from our resistance level at the 61.01 level. Price did come down, eyeing this support here at the 58.45 level, 46 level, but we can see price is starting to pull back up. So basically what we have here is a potential of a continuation of this bullish move over here, where price is now in the continuation of a phase to the upside, where again this could either next resistance at the 61.01 level or the 61.74 level on US oil as well. So price still in between the range over here, between 58.46 and the 61.01 level on US oil. Right. Next up, we'll move over to our currency pairs, starting with AUD USD. So on Monday, we analyzed that Aussie dollar was testing the support level, okay, and we said if price bounces off the support, then it's going to eye our resistance, which is the top of the range there at the 0.6736 level. Now, as we can see, Aussie dollar is currently now testing this resistance, which is major resistance of the 0.6736 level, with price now breaking that level. So what we can see here now is if price closes above this level, since we now have a break above this level, a close above this level then opens up doors for price to continue to the upside, with the next major resistance all the way up at the 0.6912 level. So this gives room for buying opportunities on Aussie dollar. However, if price fails to close above this level, then as we have seen over here, failure to close above this level could then signal a reversal or a weakening of this bullish momentum, where we could see a pullback in this upward move, or the start of a reversal back down to the support level at 0.6674 on AUD USD. So again, very important to keep an eye on this candle for the day, which will then determine what direction one should be trading moving forward for the rest of the week and the next coming few days as well. So that's AUD USD. Next up, we've got Kiwi dollar, NZD USD, with price currently testing our major resistance level, which is a zone between the 0.5843 and the 0.5841 level of major zone of resistance on NZD USD. Now, a break and a close above this level then opens up doors for price to continue to the upside, with the next major resistance all the way up at the 0.5986 level. However, failure to close above that level could signal a weakening in the bullish momentum, with a potential in a pullback from this current upward move, a pullback in this move before continuing up, or the start of a reversal where price may come down and retest the support, which is the next major support at the 0.5725 level on Kiwi dollar. All right, so that's NZD USD. Next up, we've got dollar yen, USD JPY. And what we can see here on dollar yen is we have price currently testing our major support level at the 157.70 level. And as you can see, since price is testing that level from the previous bar, what this does is it opens up opportunities for a bounce off the support, which opens up doors for price to come up, test the major resistance at the 159.06 level. Now, if price actually breaks below this level and it closes below this level, we can see a deeper pullback in this upward move or the start of a reversal to the downside with the next major support at the 154.68 level on USD JPY. Next up, we've got USD CHF. Not USD CHF, but Euro CHF. So Euro CHF, what we have here is price is currently testing our major level of support, of resistance, or previous level of support has that price broke through and now is retesting, turning it into a major level of resistance at the 0.9275 level. So a break and a retest of this level opens up an opportunity for a bounce off this zone for price to continue to the downside with the next major support at the 0.9212 level. However, if price actually breaks back above and closes above this level, then we could see a reversal with doors opening up for price to retest the resistance at the 0.9323 level on Euro CHF. Okay. And then next we've got Euro GBP. Euro GBP, we have price currently testing our major resistance, which is a previous level of support that price broke through and retested at the 0.8728 level. Price is testing this level with price currently breaking above this level. So again, a break above and a close above this level then opens up doors for price to continue up, opening up the next major resistance at the 0.8784 level. However, if price fails to close above this level, as we have seen previously over here, what this can do is it may signal a weakening in this bullish momentum where we could see a pullback in this move or the start of a reversal to the downside with the next major support at the 0.8675 level on Euro GBP. Okay. And then lastly, on the currency side of things, let's have a look at GBP CHF, which, as we can see, GBP CHF currently testing our major zone of support here at between the levels of the 1.0615 and the 1.0604 zone of major support on GBP CHF. Now, a bounce off this level could see a reversal in this selling momentum, opening up doors for price to retest the resistance at the 1.0734 level, 1.0734. Now, to update the resistance, it's now at this level over here. So this level is now at the 1.0747 level on GBP CHF. However, if price actually breaks below this major support zone, this may continue this selling momentum. So a break and a close below the zone then opens up doors for price to continue to the downside with the next major support at the 1.0446 level on GBP CHF. So those are the key levels on the currency side of things. Now, if we switch over, let's have a look at our indices. So indices, we'll go to FRA 40. So FRA 40, which is the CAC 40. So you can see price broke a previous level here, which is no longer relevant, where the next major resistance is all the way up here This is where the trend changed. So what we have now is we had price come down, test our major support level over here at the 8,026 level, with price testing the support, failing to close below, and also signaling through this low test bar or pin bar setup a potential weakening in the selling momentum and a potential reversal of price, where this could signal again from a bounce off this level a slight pullback in this selling momentum before continuing down, or the start of a trend reversal where price may reverse back to the upside, opening up doors for price to retest the resistance at the 8,378 level. However, if price manages to break below this support level, then this opens up doors for price to test the next support at the 7,875 level. 7,875. Okay, so key levels to look out for on the CAC 40. Okay. Next, we'll have a look at is cryptos. So cryptocurrencies. We'll start with Axie Infinity, which is one of the biggest gainers for the day. So Axie Infinity AXS USD. As you can see, Axie Infinity is already up 13.99% for the day today. And what we can see is price is currently testing our major resistance level here at the 2.32 level, where again, key level is a break above this level and a close above this level. What this does is it continues this bullish momentum, opening up doors for price to test the next major resistance, which is at the 2.6895 level on AXS USD. However, failure to close above this level, as we've seen previously, then could signal a weakening in this bullish momentum, where a potential for price to reverse from this zone, either a slight pullback or a deeper pullback into the major support here at the 1.6373 level on AXS USD Axie Infinity. So a key zone that price is currently testing, which may determine where the future of price may be heading to. So that's AXS USD. Next up, we've got XTZ USD. So XTZ USD, which is Tezos. So Tezos is currently within a range here, as you can see, currently ranging, where the bottom of the range is sitting at the 0.5513 level, and the top of the range sitting at the 0.6234 level of resistance in this range. Now, a break above this range then opens up doors for price to test the next major resistance at the 0.6970 level. However, a break below this bottom of the range then opens up doors for price to test the next support, which is at the 0.5007 level. Other than that, we could expect price to trade within this range until we see a significant break either from the bottom or the top of this range on XTZUSD. And then we'll have a look at Zcash, which is ZECUSD. So Zcash, and what we have on Zcash is Zcash opened the week breaking below our major support level, which is now turned into a resistance at the 377.79 level, with strong selling momentum, opening up doors for price to continue to the downside, where the next major support is at the 313.51 level on ZECUSD. So this is the key over here. So this then opens opportunities for the daily as well as the lower time frames to look for signals to continue to sell to the downside, giving room to trade down to the next key major support at 313.51 level. Other than that, we could also see, since price is pushing down, could also see a pullback in this downward move, which could see a retesting of this broken support turned resistance before continuing to the downside as well. So those are opportunities and levels and moves to look out for on Zcash. And then next we've got ADA USD, which is Cardano, ADA USD Cardano, where we have here price already broke through our major support level at the 0.3858 level, and this simply continues this downward move, opening up doors for price to continue and test the next major support, which is at the 0.3337 level on ADA USD. So again, on the lower time frames, then what you can do is look for opportunities to sell down to the next major key support level. And then lastly, in the crypto side of things, we'll have a look at Bitcoin, which is BTC USD, which, as you can see, Bitcoin is currently testing our major support level, which is a resistance that price broke through and is now retesting here at the 88,726 level. Price is now testing our key major support level. So again, a bounce off this level opens up doors for price to continue to the upside to test the major resistance, which is a zone between the 101,450 and the 101,200 level, 101,200 level of major zone of resistance on BTC USD. So a bounce from the support opens up doors to do that. However, a break below could continue. As we can see here, we had price started to make higher highs and high lows, but we can see price has broken the previous low over there, which again could signal a reversal in this bullish momentum and the continuation of the downward move, which then could potentially open up doors if price breaks and closes below this major support level at the 88,726 level, then opens up doors for price to continue down and test the next major support, which is at the 87,228 level on BTC USD. So that is the key levels and the key moves to look out for on Bitcoin. Now, those are our analysis of our major moves for today. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to bring your attention to a bonus that you may not be aware of, which is the CWG Prime bonus. So the CWG Prime bonus, if I can do this and share the next screen here. So the CWG Prime bonus, as you can see over there, is a bonus which you can take advantage of right now, where if you deposit now, you could enjoy up to $5,000 worth of this Prime bonus, which can also be transferable to your own trading account as tradable funds and withdrawable funds upon completing the required trading volume. So let me explain to you how it works. So the deposit amount and bonus overview works as follows. If you deposit anything between $1,000 and below $2,000, you qualify for a $100 Prime bonus, which would require you to trade 35 lots on your account to activate this bonus into a withdrawable bonus as well. Anything between $2,000 and below $3,000, you qualify for a bonus up to $200 with a required trading volume of 70 lots. $3,000 and $5,000 deposit amount between this amount qualifies you for a $400 bonus, and which requires a lot trading size volume of 140 lots in order to activate this bonus as live withdrawable funds. Anything between $5,000 and $7,000 bonus amount is $600 with a lot size requirement of 210. A deposit amount between $7,000 and $10,000 then activates $800 bonus amount with a lot size requirement of 280. Anything between $10,000 and $15,000 qualifies you for a bonus of $1,000, requiring a 350 lot size requirement. And then $15,000 and $25,000, anything between that, qualifies you for a $2,000 bonus with a lot size requirement of 700. And then anything between $25,000 and $35,000 qualifies you for a $3,000 bonus amount, requiring a lot size of 1,050. And then a deposit between $35,000 and $50,000 qualifies you for a bonus amount of $4,000 with a lot size requirement of 1,400. And then lastly, any deposit amount greater or equal to $50,000 then qualifies you to a bonus amount of $5,000 with a lot size requirement of 1,750 in order to activate this as a withdrawable bonus. Okay. Now, for any deposits that you do on your trading account using the Ucoin with CWG markets, then it entitles you to a bonus amount which will be calculated at 110% of the actual deposit amount. So an extra deposit bonus amount is qualified to you if you deposit using the Ucoin. Okay, so this is available on standard and ECN accounts. Okay, and once you trade the required lot size, the bonus is yours for you to do what you want. Okay, and again, if you deposit with Ucoin, your bonus amount then increases to 110% of the initial deposit that you make into your account using Ucoin. So very, very important. And any questions about the Prime bonus, you can find here as well on our CWG Markets website. But if we quickly go through it, what is a Prime bonus? Prime bonus is a reward program for active CWG clients. After depositing, clients can apply for the bonus, which converts to their own funds upon completing the required trading volume. Now, how the bonus is calculated for Ucoin deposits. As we said, for Ucoin deposits, the bonus is calculated at 110% of the bonus. So for example, a deposit of 8,200 coins counts as $9,020 worth of bonus purposes for that deposit. And what happens if the bonus expires before completing trades? Remember, you have a required lot size requirement in order to activate this bonus. The Prime bonus is valid for 30 days. And if the required trading volume is not completed within this period, the bonus will be automatically removed and cannot be recovered from your trading account. And how can a deducted bonus be restored? If the account equity falls below 120% of the bonus, then the bonus will be deducted. And by redepositing funds to meet or exceed the bonus amount and send an application to the email address that you see here, and the bonus will be reinstated within 1 working day. And how many times can each account apply for the bonus? Each account can apply for the Prime bonus once per calendar month, and a new bonus can only be applied after completing the previous round's requirement. Very, very important. Any information you want to learn about this, then you can simply go to the CWG Markets website and simply click on where it says on the CWG Markets, you can click where it says promotions, and under promotions, you can then click on the monthly profit bonus, which is the CWG Prime bonus, to learn more about it as well. But that is our CWG Prime bonus that you can take advantage of and use to help increase your equity and trading ability. But what I want to talk about is, if you enjoyed the session today, then please feel free to leave us a review. Leave us a review on Trustpilot by scanning the QR code that you see on the screen. Leave us a bonus, and if you send me a screenshot of your review and your feedback, then we can give you extra benefits of a coaching session with myself. But if you'd like to contact me, then please feel free to either scan any one of the QR codes, to email me, or send me a WhatsApp message, or use any one of the links that you see on the screen to send me an email or a direct message on WhatsApp to ask any questions or to give any suggestions of topics that you want to be covered in future live streams as well. Now, this is a weekly webinar which happens every Monday and every Wednesday. So the next upcoming webinar will be next week, Monday, which will be January the 26th. Monday the 26th of Jan is the next webinar which we will do. So be sure to subscribe to this Telegram channel and stay up to date with daily tips, analysis, and upcoming webinars as well. But other than that, enjoy the rest of your day and all the best with your trading. Bye for now.